The Gauntlets have been found. It was quite the journey.
So he finally made the expedition. Was raving about it for quite some time. Did you find our elusive thief?
I'm not sure. I had to traverse a Daedric realm and had met some strange entity who stood next to the Gauntlets.
Daedra? Within a Dwemer ruin? Unheard of. How did you manage to find yourself within such a terrible place?
We were required to open passage to it. The missionary traced the item back to an Oblivion gate within the ruin.
So you assumed that the Gauntlets must have left through that gate? I see. The presence of these Gauntlets within such a remote ruin should have been reason enough to amplify concern. Yet now Daedra have been brought into the fold. Are we but unwitting pawns in some grander scheme?
I really hope not.
I'll have to ruminate on these revelations later, and you should rest. Couldn't imagine what a journey to that untamed north entailed. Thank you, friend. It's rare for a helping hand to go further than one needs to.
Anything else, Priest?
Glad to see you're still willing to help, and there's always much to do around here. Though if you're looking for a journey like the one you've just returned from, then I'll have to disappoint.
Whatever helps.
I won't have you cleaning this hall, so worry not. I have a more pressing need for a newcomer like yourself. Our Lord, Mortifayne, has been scheduled to meet with an advisor from the Divide. Morosa dares not attend herself, lest our Lord brings out her worst. So this small conference will be our opportunity to mount pressure on Mortifayne, such that he'll forego his tyranny for a moment, bringing even further opportunity for reform.
How will I help?
And with a fresh face like yours, Mortifayne should understand that a world outside this town still exists, and that that world is passing judgment on his actions.
Okay, I'll be there.
You're becoming a great friend to the people here, and I've come to trust you myself. A final word of advice. Should Mortifayne become enraged, don't interrupt him. In fact, I advise remaining quiet entirely. I only need your presence. I'll meet you there.
This statue of Talos seems ancient, possibly installed here in times of the legendary Titus Alorius, who sought to pacify the Western Reach. Like those pursuits, this statue's maintenance has long been abandoned, its fine craftsmanship ruined by the elements. Its sorry state is in itself an insult to the Ninth Divine, thus it fits with the white gold concordant perfectly.
Helping out the clergy, right? Smart move. You'll always be in need of those with healing magic. Need something.
Was Mardos important for the Guard?
Incontrovertibly so. His presence in these walls gave people a figure to rally around. Brimming with charisma. A mutual sense of belonging to those who adored him. He was the Reachman's hero. Well, the civilized of the Reach. Many have tried to measure up to his legacy, and many have failed. It seems those who mirror his physique and martial prowess are found wanted in mind. Such as those large lads clad in ebony that you've surely seen on your way to me.
Who are those two?
Knights of Evermore. A parody that went from tragedy to farce almost immediately after their making. Knights have a whole different connotation than Evermore itself. Slightly taller one is Meek, slow in the brain but still capable of all the savagery that any mad Reachman can mete out. Must have been dropped on his head as a babe. He's reined in by his more cunning and terrifically more sinister brother Sek. And that Sek is a whole new beast. A whole new load for knighthood. You've got a lifelong friend if it meant another pouch of gold or another accolade from the king. In fact, he did just that to earn his knighthood. The man was a monster. Those who saw him in the slaughter shuddered upon recalling his debauched behaviour. Never knew a man could go through so many women within a night, slaying twice that number in men with his hammer. And all at the ripe age of 16. Biggest man you'd have met for his age, mind you. Just another show of nature's cruel inequality.
So it doesn't take much except fame or infamy to be a knight.
Made enough gold for the king. No matter the means, you're knighted. Brought the king and other girl to Gorgon, you're a knight. burnt a whole village to the ground because someone took the king's name in vain, you're a knight.
I get it.
I hope you do. I want you to understand our predicament when it comes to current morale. You can't have pride when it's based on farce and criminality. Corruption seeps through every crevice of our kingdom. Got carried away. I am sworn to this town's defence and will lay down my life for the people. Don't take my words as a slight against any of my peers.
Well, what is it, advisor? The hag couldn't speak to me herself.
Morosa has become increasingly distressed following the rumors and supposed activity within this town, and has talked with the royalty of Evermore to discuss the claim of this fiefdom and your position in it. If you do not cease with the disruption of trade, your privileges will be relinquished.
Enough! You barked well past your merit. Tell that dog-faced, shriveled old bitch that if she meddles any further with this town...
Please, Mortifayne, consider what you're saying.
Did I grant you the luxury to interrupt? Address me with my name again, and your neck will be kissing the axe.
Yes, I am sorry, my lord.
Hey, and you, advisor.
Don't you point at me.
Relay the message to that crone, that if she dares poke her nose within Arnima again, her bridge will fall into the current below.
Understood. I will pardon your words if you can hear them.
What is happening?
Exactly what I expected. An attempt to squeeze blood from stone. Mortifayne, in all his wisdom, has deemed it fit to sever ties with our neighbors. Now we wait for Morosa's response. And be assured it will not be pretty. All these years, and our Lord has become even more bitter. He'll never forget what happened all those years ago. Was it her death? Or is it the state of this town? Both?
Maybe it would be good to have Evermore step in.
Quiet. I have the sense not to call for such sabotage while I watch. Though your proposition brings another idea.
And that is?
Rumors have stirred about an important individual, a descendant of Mados, and from what we know, he resides not too far from the kingdom's capital. The hamlet nestled to the west of us, called Tebandra.
And how is this important?
Image, my friend. The armor we've maintained from Mados' fatal excursion still shows its majestic craft after all these years.
Anyone can wear that armor, right?
Yes, any can wield the armor, but none can trigger the runes marked in its metal, and we're sure the very trigger with blood. You see that it's bleeding.
Yes, you need him to become his grandfather, I take it.
None can measure to Mados, but it shouldn't stop those with the potential from trying. The person you seek goes by Rados, reportedly a large fellow. Comes with being a blacksmith, no doubt.
I will seek him out then.
Evermore is a very welcome change of tone from the dreary scenery here. Been a long while since I've made the journey there myself. Hope you don't get too comfortable upon those lush knolls, though. We're pressed with an urgent concern. A gathering of Witchmen to the north are engaged in some communion. Nothing before has been quite like it. And if whatever they conjure up comes marching down the valley, then we'll need all our allies. Blessings for your future journeys.
Came from Arnima, or are you one of those ridden with plague? Make yourself busy.
How are you dealing with the plague?
Scorched near every sickly whore son we've come across. So yeah, we're managing. Though their numbers don't seem to be dropping. They damn gain another 2 for every 1 we light up. Gods knows how many still live out there. And we can't be sending any more lads out their way. Don't want any more of us falling foul of this pox.
Anything that we could do to stall it?
Just the usual concoctions to stave off the disease. Nothing to have us rid of it yet. The priests are working tirelessly to brew up a remedy, no doubt. Yet I fear it may be too late when they do.
Need any help in the meantime?
How convenient. Yes, friend, we do need some help. You see, these orange skins aren't content with rotting away in some hole. They're turning vicious, lashing out and coughing their lungs out on any who draws near. And that bile they vomit can burn down to the bone. We thought the gear the kingdom supplied could protect us somewhat, but we soon learned otherwise.
Go on.
You may see where I'm going with this. Had a friend who caught the worst of their venom. Must have sprayed through his visor. Now he's vanished, and had no clue to where. Till recently, news surfaced that he's cozying up with the sick just north of here, up in the ravine. Too many afflicted for us to do anything about it just yet.
What would you have me do?
Now all we need is some information. Get him to spill his agenda. And as you should expect, you're not to go barging in there sword in hand. So, a friendly talk, all we ask. You capable of that?
Sure, I can do it.
Gift of the gab, not the gift of the blade. Keep it calm, and it'll go smoothly. And if that option's not open, then take this. Pop the flare if you sense trouble. High enough so we can see. I'll send the boys over to cover your escape. Good luck.
The imposing gate before you is sealed tight. The Aventuriers that are guarding these walls may be able to unlock it through coercion or favors.
Stop. You don't look marked. You've been sent by those city sadists?
I came to aid the souls here.
Give us one good reason to believe a word out of your mouth.
The priests are conducting charity missions. I come by the grace of Mara.
You're one of those priests? Or a missionary, right? Look, forget any perceived animosity. You can't be too vigilant in times like this. Come in and spread your mercy.
What do you need?
You seem to be the head of this rabble.
Should probably ditch this hunk of iron. Doesn't take much to command authority other than a full set of armor. So yeah, guess I'm somewhat of a leader. And you? Didn't just wander in with an absent mind, I'm guessing.
I was sent by the Temple of Mara to see what I could do to help.
You know, I was curious why we haven't seen them skulking about. Those arsonists, that is. Thought the dogs were hatching some plot to raise this dwelling of ours.
The priests have called them back.
What a relief. Finally, the priests have gotten through to the military. Not often does that lead to good. Yet they're desperate to seek a cure. A cure that won't come about through burning those who may carry it. Alright, missionary. How do you plan to help?
I need information on the activity here, the types of people and their plans, so we can suit individual needs.
You know what? Before we give up such personal details, maybe you can do something for us. It's not enough to barge in proclaiming divine guidance and expect us to submit. We need something else, more tangible. Since you've been sent by the priests, you must have some sway with them, else they wouldn't feel confident sending you. Now, I know for a fact those priests hoard a good number of potions to slow this malady. Their crests were found on each package that was sent over when I was still part of the kingdom. Now, you can have a word with those priests, get us those potions, and we'll get into the nitty-gritty here. Got that?
Understood.
Good to hear. And, you best not tell the priests about the specifics of this charity case. They may be men of mercy, but politics and beliefs don't mesh.
Those Aventuriers guarding Evermore's gate are making plans to assault this refuge.
You mean those dogs, trained from birth to kill without hesitation, are planning to slay a brother who left the pack? Shocked they haven't done it sooner. Maybe desensitized to death, but it doesn't mean they're brave. I knew they hadn't the numbers to assault us before. Yet something must have changed. Most probably word from up high forcing their hand.
All right. I'll see to it that they don't burn this place to the ground.
A fighter, are we? You're full of surprises. Well, if you can wield a blade, then you're better help than most here. And I've got to warn you, friend. You're going to earn the wrath of the kingdom for this, if you leave any witnesses of the kingdom. Get my drift?
Yeah, I understand.
No mercy to be found out here. We'll come in with balls as big as boulders, thinking we're too meek to resist. But we'll give them a real shock, won't we? Now, let's get ready.
They also gave me a flare to use in case I was in trouble.
Yeah, of course they did. Foolish of me to forget, since they had another poor fool do the same a week before my leaving. That fool never returned, and never popped that flare. But you will.
Huh, why?
As good a lure as any. They won't expect the one they're running to help to turn cloak, will they? Dirty, I know, but there's no clean way to survive in the Reach. Find a spot where you've got a clear line to the sky. Make sure they get a good look at that flare, as there's only one. Good luck. See you around.
Your potions, as you requested.
Let's have a look at them. Pure. Distilled. Nothing seems to be floating in there. Was expecting you to bring me vials of piss. Glad you kept your word. Now I'll have to get these to those bedridden. May give them a few more months.
So, back to what we were saying. What are your plans for this refuge?
Look around you, missionary. This isn't a place one can live out their years. We have to find more land, for food and people. Because if it isn't this sickness that claims us, then it'll be starvation. A far worse fate than burning, I assure you. Since this plague is bringing more souls to this little get-up, we're gaining more sway. Sway that we can use to leverage some type of deal with the city south.
What will you propose to them?
Get them to pull back their butchers and have us settle some land east, upon some fertile stretch. They can wedge us between the many knolls out there and have us out of sight. If it means we can live on without the threat of a painful death.
What if they refuse?
It took 4 days for this affliction to fully turn me into the very people I slaughtered. I could have coughed my lungs out to my brothers in arms while they dozed off. I didn't, but it could have been so easy. This plague could have run rampant through their kingdom, yet it didn't. All through my loyalty to that banner. Now, if the kingdom seeks to spurn its loyal subject, then loyal it ceases to be. They need to remember that they're not the only plotters out here.
Those threats may bring even more chaos.
My time in exile has not been an idle peace. Many plans have been dwelled on. For contingency purposes, of course. What I'm saying is, they'll get theirs if my deal is turned down. Trust me on that. See you around.
Close enough.
Ha! That's a show of strength, eh? The meek will come for the strong. Could not done it without your help. You really staked your life on those here. If I weren't stricken myself, I'd have called you mad. And you know what? I'm still puzzling if you are.
Hopefully they won't send anyone else for the time being.
You're no doubt going to be a target for Evermore. So if you're looking to bypass the capital, then you're going to need access to the Cistern.
The Cistern?
The city's rotten underbelly, where the refuse of the surface gather. Sounds welcoming, right? Well, my lucky friend, you've got the fortune of seeing it firsthand. Take this key. It'll give you access to and through that hole, out the other end of Evermore. Hope it helps on your journeys, and more than welcome to return.
How did the people here so readily accept you?
It's a modest lot. A truth that shocked me when they lowered their weapons and accepted me into the fold. Could have opened my neck in my sleep. Could have done a lot of things.
Want something from me?
Why are the beggars down here?
We're an eyesore, mate, whatever reason. They say there ain't enough space up there, but we all know it's a crock of dung. Look how much space those noble manors take up. It's always been about image. Besides, we got nowhere else to stay. Despite how miserable this hole is, it's a lot safer than the wilds.
Ever thought about joining Evermore's military instead?
Beggars like us are fodder for their battles, sent to the front with pitchforks and sticks. Only those yearning for death would ever make that choice.
Yes?
Do you like living so close to Argonians?
Khajiit despise those lizards. Rather their scales be worn as a coat. But they swim good and catch a lot of fish. And conflict we do not pursue.
Huh?
What's life like down here?
Horrible. It stinks. The food is shit, and the men are gross. I've got connections up top. I'm gonna make it up on the streets, and no one will stop me.
How did you come down here in the first place?
They kicked me from the brothel as soon as my prime was up. Bitches. I'll get a man to pay them a visit and make them sorry they messed with me.
You were with the Imperials at the outpost, right? Killed all those damn orcs off? I hope you made them suffer.
Be on your way.
Hello, Rados. I'm Rune. I have a message from Arnima.
Good day. Nice to see you people haven't been overrun by plague. The moment I hear you cough, though...
It's about your grandfather Mardos, namely his armor.
Oh, by the eight, not again! Will my children be expected to become fabled heroes too?
So you've been sought out before, unsurprisingly.
A dozen times at least. And my father before me. Each time someone's horse is stolen or some exile's mugger merchant.
I doubt that Mardos concerned himself with such.
Tell me about it. They claim to respect him, yet they put him on display in death. Deny the old man burial for years. You seem alright. And I do hate to make you a bearer of bad news. Let me fetch you some wine for your trouble.
No, Rados, you have to come with me. Have you heard about the Witchmen?
Who hasn't? Why?
They aren't entirely themselves. Some strange and dark magic permeates through their ranks. They've amassed numbers and are ready to move on Arnima.
Dark magic? That actually sounds worthy of Mados. You know what? You're right. Last thing I want is to go down in history as Rados, twice as tall and twice as yellow as any. I'm in, friend. Lead the way.
What was the Reach like before all this? The Witchmen, the Orcs?
That's simple. There was no Reach before that. The Reach is, and always has been, its people. And the Reachmen haven't had a calm night in centuries. Orcs, Witchmen, Nords, Bretons. And it's not like the Bretons themselves get along.
Here I thought I've left the civil war in Skyrim.
You wish. There's a bleeding mess of a kingdom next to ours called Wayrest, and some 14 years ago we went to war with it. King Uther, also called the Owl.
For his wisdom?
Nay, his cheeks. Well, Uther had some beautiful daughters, you see, each one from a different queen. And King Sigmund was quite fond of one of them, something Uther wasn't too fond of himself. In the span of 2 weeks, more than 1,000 men were dead on both sides. Such was the war over a princess's canny.
Well, a beautiful woman is as good a cause as any.
Not when she's 9 years of age.
Oh.
Damn near cost his majesty his head. During one of his visits, Uther had Sigmund taken prisoner, and his retainers banished from the kingdom.
That's a solid precaution against the war. Did he escape?
Aye, some weeks later. Small wonder he wanted to see Wayrest go up in flames after such humiliation. I was levied 3 days after, and a week later, the army was well on the move towards Wayrest. Must have looked weird back in Evermore. Couldn't do it before, so many of his own men were slaughtered, it seems. Funny thing is, I've always hoped to visit the city of Wayrest as a child. Now I'm partly to blame that I never will.
Tell me about the war itself, those 2 weeks you mentioned.
Nasty is the word that comes to mind. We were outnumbering them 6 to 1, but the skirmishes were so fierce, our Venturiers had set the countryside ablaze with their spells. Those were windy months, so by the time my unit had reached the city of Wayrest, the smoke was everywhere. And let me tell you, war is hard enough even when you can breathe.
I wonder, how did Sigmund manage to escape after all?
That's no wonder. It was broken up by the hand-picked squad of scouts. They crossed the border wearing burlap robes and posing for pilgrims. One of them, a devout priest of Mara running an orphanage, paid some guards off to see the molester king and spit in his face. Made quite a scene, you can imagine. He also passed Sigmund a scroll of recall with a mark already placed in the woods nearby. Not a single drop of blood shed.
And you know this how exactly?
Well, it wasn't me who told you this, but a certain scout commander from Arnima kind of came up with the whole plan.
Jackos?
Wasn't me who told you, friend.
You've got friends in Arnima. Friends got to mean something in a place like this.
Well, I wasn't planning on leaving my friends, you know. I was leaving the town Ravenspring had become.
And what was Ravenspring like?
Oh, none too unusual. There was even a joke that that's what you call a temple, a sewer and a wall brought together. However, there was a real sense of community. We were proud like the Witchmen should be. We're older than the 3 empires combined. Most of the world doesn't know we exist, and the Bretons want to believe we don't. Back then, Mortifayne seemed like the finest lord the place had ever seen. Strict but fair, blunt but honest, a terrific swordsman on top of that.
It's as if we were speaking of 2 different towns entirely.
Well, the siege of Ravenspring had changed it all. Those 2 months broke some in ways healers could do nothing about. The hero's death, the doom of Grey Belmore, the bodies mounted on the pikes. My father couldn't handle Mados' demise. Took to the bottle, and in the following years there wasn't much left of him. And Mortifayne had lost his wife. That alone had made a man once called Maid of Iron, fearful for his life, secretive, and cruel. And soon he had the bodies on the pikes make a return. This new Mortifayne could have been Maid of Iron, all right. So many he had put to death with it.
So he did go mad. Why didn't anybody oppose his rule?
Anyone could be accused of treason and put to death, neither painless nor swift. So the people were afraid of gathering or even talking too loud. We felt like we were living on borrowed time. No one dared speak up against the Lord, but by that time he was so severely paranoid he needed an excuse rather than a reason. And all of it under the watchful dead eye of old Mados, hoisted like a deer carcass. It was sickening. So I left. Simple as that. Some would say I should have tried to be the big damn hero Jackos had a plan already, no doubt, but it's the soul of the town that was gone, and bringing that back is no task for a blade. And that's the end of my story so far.
And quite a story, that is.
As always, you foreigners. All right, then.
Good day. Come for aid?
I brought him back as you asked.
You've succeeded where many of those who came before had failed. I was right in sending you. Must have made a strong argument for a man to leave the safety of the West for the chaos here.
Such safety is why he left. He seeks adventure.
Just like Mados, then. It may be that we rekindle the fighting spirit here, make us strong again. And who better to lead the way than you two heroes?
Not a hero yet.
Humility is a valuable trait. Cherish it. Yet, for what's to come, a humble hand cannot suffice. We need you to be strong. The Witchmen have struck terror into us Reachmen. But you are not a Reachman. Unburdened by our faults and fears. You're exceptional. I'll pray for your victory.
Those hanging outside the temple, what were they executed for?
Take a guess.
They upset the Lord?
Treason. So yes, they upset the Lord. Though that doesn't take much these days.
Was there cause for his suspicion?
As with everyone Mortifayne accuses in his ravenous, paranoid streaks, that are becoming exponentially more common, the guard was seen speaking to one of the beggars, with the other two seen mingling close by. That was reason enough to raise suspicion, and thus they were all hanged almost an hour after they were accused.
Why haven't the people ousted him yet?
If only it were that easy. You must realize that it's not only him we have to worry about, but the guard. They're almost as intolerant as our strict but fair lord. It doesn't help that they feel their actions justified from dangers beyond the walls. It's become such a vicious cycle that I can't fathom this ending well.
Mortifayne knows his grip is waning.
Keep quiet about the grievances you may have. It will do us no good if any more decent people find themselves victim to his tyranny. Good fortunes.
It wasn't called Arnima back when I left. Some might disagree, but I appreciate the name change. This way, the Raven Spring I knew has remained unsoiled. Be on your way.
Do you know how to wield a weapon? We're taking on the Witchmen.
I served in the Evermore Pikemen militia and helped with the occupation of Wayrest. So I know how to face down a foe at the least.
We'll make our way up the valley together.
Why so sudden? But I agree. The sooner we can deal with this burden, the better. All right? Let's see what we've got. Ebony armor. This stuff is a fortune. But I suppose Mados deserved no less. As soon as I put it on, we'll be off. Old Raven Spring. Time hasn't been kind to this town. Glad I left before it truly went down the gutter.
at death's door.
eternal spider has marked
Another Witchman idol. Warped structure begotten of a warped mind. The posture of the humanoid figure seems to signify something, although only the Witchmen themselves truly know the intent of these idols.
I think we did it. I'm guessing this is for the game.
Through the savage's hole? Or am I seeing ghosts?
Fret not, I still bleed like any other.
And you share our black humour, mortal down to the very bone. Alright, we're gonna have to clear up here. See to it that these dogs don't return with yet another dark ritual.
Nothing else?
Contacted our friends in Evermore. They're gonna send these Stasi down to clean house. If you want a primer on who these criminals turned militia are, then we'll have to speak later. For now, make sure we haven't got some foul straggler lying in wait for their arrival.
No better place than a giant hole to take a leak.
True.
I saw!
What in Oblivion was that?
I thought the priest was being dramatic. Portents of doom are all that strips from his lips at the smallest hint of trouble, but now I see there's some truth to his words. Told me to expect some type of demon up here. Never knew it'd take the form of this winged bastard. And now that confirms an even more sinister rumour.
Tell me of this rumor.
That rumour had to do with our lord, Mortifayne. It's possible dealings with that foul goddess who summoned this creature, Namira. Priest didn't disclose any further than that relation existing, or not. Just told me to look out for anything particularly strange, and well, we saw exactly that.
Should I head back to the priest so he can elaborate?
Really putting your life on the line for us, eh? You have my gratitude. If you do exchange words with him, then make sure not to shout. Many of those within the walls are still tragically loyal to that madman. And not only there, but right here. So we'll have to halt this fatal talk if we want to keep our heads. We'll be returning soon once that lowland Stasi detachment arrives. Stay safe.
Who are the Ustasi?
It's better to avoid asking them directly. Actually, I would advise you not to engage with these types at all, or you may land yourself in very hot water.
Why? Have they got something against people like me?
They're very off. Most are drawn from the more unsavoury ranks of our conscripts, with a popular and probably true rumour that half of them are pulled from the exiles. You may know the kingdom is having problems with corruption and bad seeds already. Well, that pales to what these people are capable of. If I were to opine, I'd say they were made from the Witchmen rather than any half-sane Reachmen we have near the walls.
I won't cause any trouble.
You won't, but they certainly could. Just best to leave them to their business. It's almost always a very dirty affair that'll make any witness despair. Trust me, I know. Certain things a civilized man should never do, yet they frequently transgress on that standard. When you think you've seen the worst, they'll surprise you the next morning with some new sickening spectacle.
Why does the kingdom employ them?
Because they get the job done. Though sometimes it's better to draw these things out when you consider what a fast job like theirs entails. The kingdom has come to prominence in High Rock in short time. Don't think that was done with clean hands. There's rarely clean hands when it comes to getting rich fast. We'll talk again.
Jackos told me to reach you. Do you suspect that Namira is behind all this?
We're not certain on which prince is involved, but we're certain that the involvement exists. Now we've but to suss out which god schemes against us. With nothing more than circumstantial evidence, which may well fill this hall if it were written, we are most probably dealing with that dark mistress.
Are we certain?
There aren't many candidates that betray her influence among those pagan tribes. Namira shows herself most through those hag-ravens. I'm sure you've encountered them since your recent battle north.
Yeah, what's the significance of them?
They're the very agents who summon the most wretched creatures into our world, undoubtedly responsible for that winged terror you slew with Jackos. But their arts don't only pertain to summoning, if only we were so fortunate. They transpose humanity with beast and turn many of their kin into warped hybrids. Cunning of man, ferocity of wolves, with all the beauty of their creators.
Are we to talk of their evil? Or was there something else?
I must also ask you something. Please refrain from sharing the information you're about to hear with anyone else.
Of course, your words are safe with me.
When you departed to that den all those days ago, in pursuit of the Lord's amulet, did you feel anything strange emanating from it? Were there any markings on the item?
Yes, an inscription on the amulet. May your stomach never sour. From what I can recall.
Protect us. I hope this is a coincidence and nothing more. It's all weaving together now, a clear tapestry. None of it was random. I must demand silence from you on this matter, lest we summon the blackest reaction from our lord. As Mortifayne may be responsible for our interactions with the Witchmen, we've now enough reason to believe that he's in concert with Namira. We shan't talk further. We'll only waste time and the threat of treason. We'll need to be swift and take action.
What shall I do now?
Convene with the Archpriest of Evermore. He can be found within the temple there. We must hurry, as our king has sent forth men to oust Mortifayne in response to this recent chaos. Morosa will most likely join this entourage, which will make things all the messier. Gods, spare us fortune in these times.
Seen the orcs procuring more weapons from an unknown supplier. They simply wouldn't be this powerful without some external help.
And who do you suspect this elusive group is? Any heart bleeds rather than fury?
Forgive me, but it's simple logic which dictates that such a ragtag militia of orcs can't resupply and arm themselves this fast without help. Every time they sustain massive losses, they seemingly come back with a force sporting even more numbers than before.
Oh, these damn orcs. Ahem. Beg my pardon. I shouldn't air my grievances for all to hear. Well, keep to your investigation. And whatever details you find, make sure to voice them with Horrorster, as I have my own matters to deal with currently.
I will. And thank you for hearing me. I'll have my leave and return to this case. Hopefully I can find someone else to help as well.
You alright?
Jackos told me to speak with you about the Red Guards we routed near the bog.
Jackos, huh? Haven't spoken to that wily dog in a while. Oh, that's right. Must have been among the letters. Thanks for reminding me of my mounting paperwork. Yet if what you say is true, and those Red Guards are gone, then we can commence Stage 2. And that's ridding them for good.
What are you planning?
Got what seems to be scouting posts up the river, serving to guide whatever red ship comes sailing our way. We would have dealt with them already if it wasn't for the hazards such confines bring. Any skirmish could quickly flip to slaughter in a heartbeat.
Sounds like a job better done alone without raising any alarms. Tell me what needs to be done.
You've got a mind for strategy. Since our scouts are hawking other targets, you may need to undergo this one alone.
Yes, I'm more than comfortable with working by myself.
I can see that. Well, since you're so eager, these are the 3 last known locations of those posts. Burn whatever equipment that may exist there, and pacify any hostile threat in any way you see fit. You can always bring another, but you gotta know when company becomes a crowd. Right, give us your map. I'll link the 3 areas where those posts were last seen. It may be that the posts remain, but the people attending them do move, a lot. So, expect small resistance. Shouldn't be much trouble for one of your craft. To reiterate, burn all the gear you find. Make sure the Reds can't set up camp anytime soon. Understand?
Understood.
Great. Maybe imagine how these river rats will get the message. Good luck to you. I'll make sure the reward is waiting on the table when you return.
I heard that you need some help.
It's considered treason to listen in on the king's affairs, you know. Lucky for you, I'm not the king, so I can let it slide. And I do need someone for a very specific task. If you overheard the key points of that conversation, you would know that I'm looking for evidence. Evidence of another party who's made things difficult for us, in terms of dealing with that extremist group, Orsinium's Sons.
And what could I do to help?
We had a tip from one of our scouts that the orcs are running low on gear and food again, over at the old Direni ruins of Umbasyr. With this comes the unknown party. They should be sending someone to either provide for the orcs yet again, or give them orders on where to strike. You see, this party hasn't joined the fray for selfless reasons. They're enacting their motives through the orcs. We're not sure why. See what you can find up at Umbasyr, preferably without being seen while hearing on any possible dealings. Then return here with the evidence.
Keep safe.
Someone there? Hello? Is someone there? Over here!
You've invaded my little kingdom. One could construe your effort as an act of war.
Kingdom? It's not good to hold yourself to such low standards.
Yet it's prudent for any man to make do with what he has. And I'm more than content with this little plot of land. Come, pray tell, what brings you here?
Was dealing with your thieving friends up the river, so I had to make sure there wasn't any loose ends.
Hey, what did they tell you about stereotypes?
That they're always true.
Ha! You'll go far in this world. No one who deals with blood can spare time for outliers. In this world fraught with peril, it's best to stick with... Yet I'm sorry to disappoint, but those red guards you've seen were the very same who discarded me like a scurvy whoreson to have me live my days here. Can't say I was too fussed. That commander held a different philosophy than I. Unfortunately, his men suffered the same antipathy for reason.
Make yourself busy.
The outposts have been dealt with.
So they have. Thought you'd return having botched the job. Truly a marvel to have someone as skilled as you serve this kingdom. If it were up to me, you'd have been knighted a long time ago. Expecting the reward, right? I hope it compensates the ordeal we've dragged you through. It's gonna be a very long time before that shameless lot has the gall to send more of their thieves up our waters.
Don't cause any trouble now.
Are you in need, friend?
I come at the behest of the priest at Arnima to talk of Mortifayne.
Oh, these wary eyes mistook you for another pilgrim. Yes, I have heard of you already. The priest has sung nothing but praise for your name. And lest we slip into bad habits, that town is called Ravenspring. Arnima is an alien moniker, almost sinister.
I'll keep that in mind.
Before I lose myself, Mortifayne, that perennial question that hasn't found an answer until now. Sigmane has finally realized his madness for himself. Not that it wasn't apparent for those subjugated to the Mud Lord, but their cries fell on deaf ears. Almost 3 decades of tyranny, with so much cruelty.
And the rumor of Namira's involvement.
It would be a great folly to continue dismissing it. There comes a time when the evidence transforms rumor to reality. Just the nature of her relation with Mortifayne is a mystery. What could possibly be derived from that despairing entity? The priests have been worried about Daedric plots for some time, yet most were confined to individual victims. However, the reports we hold on Mortifayne conform to a far grander scheme. A plot targeted at Adamantia itself.
The Dureni Tower?
It has many names, holding its own unique value to every culture. Now that tower happens to be one of the last. Others across Tamriel have since been destroyed or made dysfunctional. Compounded with the waning liminal barrier that separates us from Oblivion itself, we have a recipe for disaster. It seems Martin's sacrifice 200 years ago did not make certain our survival.
What are the towers?
Pardon me. A week of thorough education would be needed to broach that subject. Such sheer complexity would surely distract us from this most urgent matter. What you need to know is that whatever is happening in Ravenspring can spell a doom unseen since the beginning of our times. Worst comes to worst, we have a strategy to prevent complete chaos descending onto this kingdom. Knowledge from the Oblivion crisis has been instilled in every priest's mind, in case it may ever transpire again.
Anything else that I should know?
I shouldn't delay you any further. Horrorster was seen departing from Ravenspring with his party. They'll be convening with Morosa before ousting Mortifayne from his throne. You should hurry. Your presence may halt tensions from boiling over.
What is this barrier that hangs over the city?
Grand, isn't it? Ancient magic spawned from the Durenian construct found beneath the earth. From what we deduced from those excavations, these old wells were employed in some bygone defense.
It still awes one even to this day.
Against what foe would such measures be needed? We've yet to find out, though it must have been a most intimidating beast indeed. Yet this same barrier has procured us shelter against the plague that's left the Reach stricken. I fear the day that this barrier may cease, for whatever reason, The city cannot run the risk of infected. Good fortunes.
Make yourself busy.
I hope Mortifayne has prepared for life with the beggars. Sigmane and the council made it clear. Mortifayne cannot rule. The putrid man has the gall to ignore the will of the king. Where is he, priest?
Pardon, our lord. A last-minute detail within the manor. He'll be with us shortly.
The hag rears her head at last. So you finally had your way with the king. Why do you persist to harass me, vulture?
Horster here will see to your death if you try anything rash, little lord. You have stained the kingdom of Evermore with your ill acts. Your capturing of trade goods and intimidation of merchants have brought ruin to your town and the Reach. Your rights as royalty are now forfeit.
Ha! The audacity. You can place a new ass on that seat tomorrow, but the town itself belongs to no man now. Sigmane and the rest of the Reach now belong to her.
To who, my lord?
This madman has rambled long enough. Arrest him and bring him to trial in Evermore. My stomach reels at the sight of him.
All your stomachs will reel when you see the lady, I assure you. I showed mercy upon you, insects. I relented when the lady demanded this town. But I see the rats have bitten the hand that feeds. You will be the first to taste her domain, whore.
Bastard! Don't let him run!
We have no time for this. You're just delaying the inevitable.
Shut it, cunt. The Lord has done us good. Runts to kill every day in Hills of God. Can't say the same for the King. Now, if you want his neck, then we got a problem. And the only way I see an end to that problem is you fucking off in a coffin or through that gate.
Sek, stand aside. Do you want this town to become a gauntlet for that insane lord?
9 lock my heart. The skies.
What abyssal sorcery is this?
I see you, scum.
Let me guess. Your priest have a protocol for this?
I know it looks grim, and by the gods, I'm terrified too, but we have to follow what the priests taught us. I wish I could remember everything from my training to deal with situations like this. We have to find the others, and then we have to find that stone. Keep close. This is going to get rough. Keep vigilant. We're bound to be set upon soon. I'll have your red. Cleaning the filth. You're dead! You're dead! Cleaning the filth. Lucky. You drunk? Don't lose track of me. This isn't a place you want to get lost in. Guard up. Prepare for blood. This on your core. Dark shield. Defend our shield. It's Rados, thank the divines. Now we stand a better chance.
I never asked to be a part of this, Jack. What a dumb bit of wheel out bit.
We can't talk now unless we provoke the ire of that beast above. Keep moving until we can find the priest.
The boss. Steer to the side.
Keep vigilant. We're bound to be set upon soon. Keep vigilant. We're bound to be set upon soon. Priest!
God's graces. You made it! Let me get a hold of myself. I must recall how to deal with our situation. Blasted! The drill for this was so long ago. Martin's sacrifice made us too comfortable. Made us unprepared. The tower. At the top of this mountain. If we reach it, then we can end this. All other paths are closed off for us. We must climb.
We'll have to try, or us being here will be for nothing. And you, try to find and bring back any lost men who came through the rift. All the men we can get to reach that stone.
deserved it.
Be on your way.
Come with me, we're going for the tower.
Aye. Best get out of this shithole before it really gets bad. If I see you turning into one of them, don't be shocked if you find my hammer up your arse.
Rumors of some monstrosity up in the valley. We need to finish these savages off before it's too late.
Those Red Guard vultures are finally gone.
Make yourself busy. You all right?
Make yourself busy.
If you want to see the light again, follow us.
Where in Oblivion are we, friend? Stendarr give me strength. I hope you know where to go.
You were with the Imperials at the outpost, right? Killed all those damn orcs off? I hope you made them suffer.
We meet again. How fare you?
I found everyone I could.
More numbers grant us a better chance of making it out of this madness. Still yourself. We're ascending this mountain. Damn, seems to be locked. There must be another way around these walls. If this world works like ours does, which is a huge assumption, then I think we may have another route to get beyond these rotting walls. Heard wind ushering from that cave down there. Must be coming from this other end, which could lead us out through this construct. Haven't many options, so we'll have to take risks. See if you can find another path through this dump. May Mara protect you from the evils to come.
way through.
No kidding. Putting your neck on the line for it. As soon as you've done, you'll be the first to receive. Don't lose track of me. This isn't a place you want to get lost in. Stay alert. You and Rados must reach the top of that tower. We'll fend off these creatures and bide you enough time to finish this. The fate of the Reach are on you two. Mara's love be with you. I hope to see you on the other side. Now go!
Alien language morphs as you look upon it, to something you comprehend. First intervention of the interloper, a pursuit for renegades. Language morphs as you look upon it, to something you comprehend. The second intervention of the interloper, to seek death in undeath, to revive the juggernaut. The alien language morphs as you look upon it, to something you comprehend. Third intervention of the interloper, to seek the heart of the rogue god. The alien language morphs as you look at it, to something you comprehend. Fourth intervention of the interloper. To halt the red spill. To watch the dragon die. The alien language morphs as you look upon it, to something you comprehend. Fifth intervention of the interloper, to stop a cycle and leave barren the World Eater's belly. The alien language morphs as you look upon it, to something you comprehend. Sixth intervention of the interloper, to watch the world in its waning, to watch the dream fall to nightmare.
Who are you?
Was the king, reigned over flesh and mud all the sea. In those mortal years, my aid was sought after from there in the west. Brothers of same flesh, same hearts, we congealed for the race, superficial, yet penetrating so deeply.
Speak clearly.
Mortals are locked behind the eyes, forever beholden by the spectacle provided. Carnality flows down from these organs. Libido, hunger, dominance. I hope the patchwork below has given insight, art etched into the very edifice of this red land. Convention betrayed, desecrated woman before the virtuous man. The civilized, devoured by the subaltern. Want eating want, a tale you've come to know, cattle as you are. Here lays all that's aberrant, all of nature's most hated.
What happened to Mortifayne?
Your little lord praised his walls as tribute, an amulet to seal our proposal. As his covenant with weak-fleshed men, he betrayed us. Reconciliation at the last moment has guaranteed eternity for him within Nymea's embrace. She will rend his soul into the sum of this reality.
What are you talking about?
Pragmatic flesh cattle. Listen for reason. Let the soul gain your ears. Let your guts listen. Let them churn from these primordial truths. The misery you've witnessed, carved your temporal home, is mirrored here. Both worlds drown in the tears of wanting mortals. Your flesh cattle were waiting this red mire well before this hallowed hour.
Why are you doing this?
Inquisitive flesh puppet. The Kegor is a destiny of doom. Your ways will fade, and chaos will fall upon stellar repeats of the first rounds. The deception will be complete, but when beings in the next world assemble to build the same construct, the idea of Namira will be in their plans. Their arms will erect the frame, and our tools will make the tower whole. Their world will be Mother's creation.
Stop with the cryptic nonsense. Tell us what you want.
Their exposition is correct. Your destiny remains the same. My desolation or yours. Conflict is always the resolution of gods and kings. Let fate play. Concentration lesson.
You made it. By the gods, I didn't believe you'd conquer that evil. Those creatures just collapsed as soon as you came through. How did you do it?
How many are left? What's the damage? Forgive me. The body still trembles. It wasn't I who sealed that rift. It was our friends here. Our fate was in the hands of people who came to this town through chance. Their selflessness for such a hopeless people is more than any words of mine can describe.
Of course I can't. We can't thank you enough for the perils you've been through. I'll make sure that you two will be knighted for this triumph.
Not sure any title can make up for the things I saw in that terrible realm. Before any celebrations, let me have a rest.
A rest well earned, but your friend here may still have energy. Head into the King's Hall, and your knighthood will be immediately awarded.
Becoming a knight so quickly is a great boon for anyone, and I don't think I've ever seen someone attain such a privilege without being conscripted. But it is the least you should be compensated for. The toll of that realm on all our minds was great. I'm sure the Nine was watching over us there. Blessings for your future journeys.
Yeah.
Be on your way.
Make yourself busy. Make yourself busy.
Well, Mortierre told me that the king has an award for me.
Yes. Our bishop relayed the message that your actions, along with your cohorts, had halted the advance of a powerful deitic entity from invading. For such a rare event as this to occur should call for an even rarer opportunity to award a knighthood. Although your shoulders have already carried the burden of an entire town, I am sure they can carry the unparalleled importance of being a knight.
I can hold that responsibility.
Thousands of men would murder for a chance of knighthood without having to endure decades in my guard. Do not take this reward for granted. Any acts you commit from here on will be a reflection of my judgment, and so any ill deed you commit will stain the kingdom of Evermore. Further, any good you bring will help the reputation of Evermore throughout High Rock and beyond. The peasantry will be forced to respect you. The nobility will accept you as an equal. With time, after having ingratiated yourself within our established class, you may help steer this kingdom with me. If you recite the Knight's Sacred Oath, are you ready to speak the words that only the most valorous have uttered?
Yes, I will take the oath.
Very well. I shall start. Revere the Nine and maintain their temples. Serve the king in valor and faith.
Revere the Nine and maintain their temples. Serve the king in valor and faith.
To protect the weak and defenseless. To give succor to widows and orphans.
To protect the weak and defenseless. To give succor to widows and orphans.
To obey those placed in authority. To guard the honor of fellow knights.
To obey those placed in authority. To guard the honor of fellow knights.
Never to refuse a challenge from an equal. Never to turn the back upon a foe.
Never to refuse a challenge from an equal. Never to turn the back upon a foe.
To eschew barbarity, malevolence, deceit and disorder. And of all, to keep faith.
To eschew barbarity, malevolence, deceit and disorder. And of all, to keep faith.
Hear me all, those under my protection. Hear me all, kind gods. This person shall forever be a knight of Evermore. Now bask in your newfound fame. Attend to the duties of this land. Help the despaired and sullen souls, for we have many. one more important gift that we bestow onto our knights. Their new apparel. So you can be seen to carry the griffin wherever you go. What happened?
I'm keen to wear the armor of the other knights.
Your build is more than enough to carry such weight, and such imposing armor has been known to stop scoundrels in their tracks before. Fit it on. You should see our bishop, or have a talk with Hollister. I am sure they have tasks you can attend to.
What were your thoughts on Morosa?
She was someone who was undeservedly burdened with what she governed, but had took it in her stride. It was a shame she couldn't overcome her antipathy with Mortifayne. Oh, I remember the days she was within these very walls, where my father mentored her to become the leader she was destined to be. Fortunately, I've inherited my father's love for the young, and the want to nurture them for a prospective future.
What will happen with the Divide?
A transient council has been assembled to assure order there. You may have met them. Feinig, Entemon, and Helga. We are making deliberations on Morosa's replacement. No people should be without a shepherd for long.
What were your thoughts on Mortifayne?
A tragic figure. I enjoyed having him as my vanguard in the Reach, despite his vicious temperament.
He was a madman. Why didn't you oust him earlier?
Careful, Knight. You are talking about a lord here. Such words would have you hung, where one were any lower in rank. Mortifayne was no different from those who preceded him in that land, although his application of power may have been a tad more extreme. If only he didn't interfere with the merchants and let them on their merry way to the city, he would still be alive. Such a shame.
So you only got involved because of gold and trinkets, not because of the abused people?
Cease with the melodrama, lest you incense me. You've only just become a knight. Would be a waste to have that title revoked so soon. Those merchants have brought inordinate wealth to this kingdom, raising the prominence of the East so that it may compare to that of Daggerfall even. No longer the uncivilized hinterland. We are prosperous and proud now, and we will stay that way. Besides, the people of Raven Spring have grown strong, full of conviction, even after all they have gone through. Our greatest soldiers are pulled directly from the Reach, if you haven't noticed. We need them as much as they need us.
Pardon my curiosity, my king, but I've noticed a vacant throne next to yours. Did that belong to your wife?
Fret not. I'd have chastised you were your words an assumption of her fate, rather than her whereabouts. She had departed the kingdom to visit family in Daggerfall some 4 months ago, with my daughter, though hopefully not to find a suitor for her.
You don't want your daughter to be married?
No. I will be the one who decides the date for when she is wed. Not her mother, whose conniptions will most certainly have her settled with some undeserving yokel.
Anyone else in the family I should know of?
Why, of course. Maybe my most important progeny, Damien. My prodigal son has sought renown and glory in the West. I could not be any more proud to have him continue the dynasty. After my passing, I am assured that his reign will continue to steer this kingdom to new heights.
I hope to meet him someday.
I've received a croak carrying the message of his imminent return. You certainly will. Yes, leave me.
Blessings to you, Knight.